Hello, General Biology. This is our video over adaptations and proteins. And adaptations are responsible for why all living things are so different from each other, so let's take a look at adaptations. Adaptations are behaviors or structures that help a species survive and reproduce. So what does that look like? Well, we're talking about this otter here has got nostrils and ears that close underwater so that they can move around underwater so that they're better able to survive. They have sensitive whiskers to detect underwater obstacles and prey. They have a long, slender, flexible body. They have a thick, waterproof fur coat to protect against the cold, and a muscular tail for steering and swimming and balancing on land, and webbed feet for agile swimming and clawing for climbing and gripping a fish. All of these are structures. There are other adaptations that are behavioral, like crickets singing to attract mates to help them reproduce, and peacocks having big, colorful feathers to attract mates to help them reproduce. So sometimes it's structural, and sometimes it's behavioral, and sometimes it's generally helpful for survival, and sometimes it's helpful for reproduction. But that's something that all adaptations have in common. Now, how do we build adaptations? How are all of these different adaptations? Well, the adaptation is built from the organism's body, and so we have to figure out how organisms are built to understand adaptations. And they are built here. You have the whole organism, and that organism is divided into organ systems, like the digestive system or the circulatory system, and those are divided into organs, like the heart or the stomach, and those are divided into tissue, which are clusters of cells that are working together, and the tissue is made up of individual cells, and the cells have organelles that help them do their job, and the organelles are made of macromolecules, like proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids, and the macromolecules, macro means big molecule, and the macromolecules themselves are divided into regular molecules, and those molecules are made of atoms. So these huge organisms are divided all the way down into atoms, and we can actually keep going lower than atoms. We're just not going to do that for this video. Now, the level that is most responsible for adaptations is the macromolecule level, because in that level are proteins, and proteins play a huge role in adaptations. So let's take a look at those. There are actually different types of proteins, and the different types of proteins have different jobs. One of them are structure proteins, and they are used as building materials for the body. So the feathers of this bird are made out of protein, and the colors, the pigments that are used in this bird are made out of protein. So protein is a building material for this body. Another type of protein are transport proteins, and our cells have to have things that come into and out of them so that they can work. And transport proteins they're like doorways. They let some things in, and they don't let other things in. And so things may be able to get into and out of the cell using transport proteins. There are also receptor proteins. And receptor proteins, this is another picture, a different kind of a zoomed out version of the cell of the last one we saw. Receptor proteins can be in the cell membrane, and they can detect things outside of the membrane, like pressure or chemicals or light. And when they detect them, they can send signals to the cell, and sometimes they can send signals to other cells. So they let cells respond to the environment. And then lastly, we have enzymes. And enzymes speed up chemical reactions. Sometimes they synthesize things. That would be build things, put things together. That's what's happening here. We have our enzyme, and we have two particles, and it brings them together, and then it binds them together, and then it releases them. So now you have a new particle that you did not have before. And then there is digestive enzymes, which will take something, and then instead of putting two things together, it'll break them up into two smaller things. So enzymes can do all of this. There's a little bit more we have to say about enzymes, but I think it's time for our review. So, adaptations are traits, either behaviors or structures, possessed by a species to increase their chances of surviving to reproduce. And so to understand adaptations, we have to understand how organisms are made. And organisms are put together from many parts, from large to small. They are the organism, which is made of organ systems, which is made of organs, which is made of tissue, which is made of cells, which is made of macromolecules, which is made of molecules, which is made of atoms. Now, if we're going to understand adaptations, we have to spend a lot of time at the macromolecule level, because that's where proteins are. And proteins are responsible for what cells can do, and they're the building materials for the body. And there were 4 types that we discussed: structure proteins, transport, receptor, and enzymes. Structure proteins are used as building materials for the cell. Transport proteins are used to let particles enter and leave cells. Receptor proteins are used to detect external signals and communicate with other cells. And enzymes are used to speed up chemical reactions, such as digestion, which is breaking down particles, and synthesis, which is building up bigger particles. We still have more to say about proteins and how they help adaptations. I hope this helps. Struggle well.